What's up, guys? I'm your girl, Mz.O, and we are back today with a new segment, something that is near and dear to my heart. It's all about true crime. And the segment is going to be called They Said What? It's Crime Time. And today we are going to get into the very first episode. And the very first episode is called Trust Betrayed. So, welcome back. Today, we're going to be looking into the developing story out of North Texas that has shaken a local community to its core. It's a case involving a severe breach of trust at Wylie East High School, located in Wylie, Texas, where the assistant principal now finds himself behind bars, facing multiple heavy felony charges. So let's break down the timeline, how the investigation unfolded, and the deeply troubling details that have just emerged from recent unsealed court documents. The arrest and initial shock. On the morning of Thursday, June 4th, 2026, Wylie police arrested 32-year-old Zachary Christian New. Up until that exact moment, New served as the assistant principal at Wylie East High School. He was a well-established member of the district, starting his science teaching career back in 2017 and quickly moving up to the dean of students by 2024. As of January 2026, he became the assistant principal. But his career came to an abrupt halt following a courageous report from a recent 2026 graduate. According to investigators, New began communication with inappropriate communication with a 17-year-old student shortly after her graduation. Court documents show he followed her on Instagram before moving their conversation over to Snapchat. He reportedly told her she was his favorite student and that they needed to keep that a secret. When the student explicitly reminded him that she was still a minor, under 18, New allegedly responded that it didn't change how he felt about her. The situation escalated quickly. Records indicated that New offered to send her money for lingerie, buy her alcohol in exchange for sexual conduct, even inviting her to spend the night at his home while his wife and young daughter was out of town. The breakthrough in this case happened because a local educator chose to protect the student. The 17-year-old graduated, confided in a Wylie East coach about the disturbing messages she was receiving, and without hesitation, the coach immediately contacted law enforcement. Armed with this information, the Wylie Police Criminal Investigation Division secured permission to access the student's account. Detectives actually posed as the graduate, continuing the text conversation with New to gather more incriminating evidence before moving to arrest him at 11:30 that Thursday. New was initially hit with second-degree felony charges of solicitation of a prostitution from a person under the age of 18. The story ended up expanded significantly following day once detectives did a deep dive into his personal electronics and uncovered that there was a second victim, which led to second major felony charges, which is that improper relationship between an educator and a student. According to a newly released affidavit, a second victim, an incoming high school senior, and her mother contacted investigators after seeing the news of Nu's initial arrest. The student revealed that Nu had been messaging her on TikTok since March of 2026. The digital interaction went from texting to exchanging explicit photographs and eventually escalated to a physical encounter in May. The student alleged that Nu met her at a LA Fitness parking lot in nearby Saxe, where he kissed her and groped her. The forensic review of Nu's cell phone data quickly corroborated her timeline and messages. Following Nu's arrest, Wylie ISD acted immediately, terminating Nu's employment the day of his arrest and fully cooperating with CPS and the State Board of Education certification. In a formal letter sent out to the parents, Superintendent Kim Spicer praised the graduate who first blew the whistle and reminded staff of their strict digital boundaries. Educators hold positions of authority and are entrusted with tremendous responsibilities. As adults, they are expected to exercise sound judgment and understand that they are responsible for maintaining appropriate boundaries and relationship with students at all times. Under no circumstances should a district employee engage in private communications with a student through their personal social media or other unofficial channels. Nu was transferred to the Collin County Detention Center, where he remains jailed. His total bond is set at $1,750,000 for each of the 2 second-degree felony charges. Under Texas law, each charge carries a potential of 2 to 20 years. This remains an active investigation. Wylie police strongly encourage any other families or students who may have had inappropriate or uncomfortable interaction with Zachary Nu to reach out to the Criminal Investigation Division. It takes an immense amount of courage for a young student to speak out against an adult in a position of power, and in this case, those voices are exactly what brought this hidden action to light. We will continue to track this story as it leads to the grand jury. This is the story of Zachary Nu, who decided to take his position and abuse it by abusing another child. I do not stand for it. I will continue to put you people on blast. But that is all that I have for you guys on They Said What is Crime Time. Y'all drop down in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this. And as we're getting older in our age, remember, stay safe, be vigilant, and say something. With that being said, I'm your girl, Mz.O, and this is what I had to say about Zachary Nu.